There is a wide variety of cat breeds today. Lovers of unusual and exotic breeds distinguish Chausie cats as the most exclusive and unusual. This breed was bred by crossing a domesticated Abyssinian cat and a jungle wild cat. As a result of crossing a rare breed with a wild cat, a cat of incredible beauty and grace was obtained. Representatives of this breed are among the 5 most expensive cats in the world. It is believed that they have an incredibly graceful, attractive aristocratic appearance and a combination of incredible genes. The history of the origin of Chausie. Ancient Egypt is considered the historical homeland of the exotic handsome man. The ancient ancestors of the Chausie, jungle cats, lived in the vast expanses of the Nile River Valley. The cats led a wild lifestyle and quite peacefully coexisted with the people of that time. The ancient Egyptians did not perceive cats as representatives of a unique and very rare breed. The profile of this cat became the prototype of the ancient goddess Bastet, who was the patroness of all cats and the family hearth. Discovered ancient frescoes that were found by researchers indicate that cats quite densely inhabited ancient Egypt. They occupied an honorable place in the life of the ancient Egyptians, were an integral part of the life of that time. Interesting fact, according to some reports, cats were excellent hunters. They often settled in close proximity to people, lived with them under the same roof, ridding them of rodents. The period of existence and reign of the powerful pharaohs is a thing of the past, however, people still coexisted with these amazing animals. Exotic appearance, beauty and grace were not of particular interest to scientists and researchers of that time. For the first time, interest in these cats arose only in the second half of the 20th century. This happened thanks to the stories of American tourists who visited Egypt and saw a cat. The description of the animal, compiled by tourists, interested American breeders. In 1960, cats were first introduced to America. Breeders have embarked on a long and complex activity of crossing jungle cats with other cats. Scientists tried to preserve and consolidate the existing signs and appearance of a foreigner and at the same time instill in them the softness and complacence of a domestic cat. As a result of numerous attempts, it was found that the Abyssinians are the most suitable species for crossing. The name of the resulting breed is borrowed from ancient ancestors. The scientific name of the genus of jungle cats is Felis chaus. The breeders left the second part, slightly changing it. More than 30 years have passed since the breeding of the breed and its breeding until the moment when they were officially recognized. Only in 1995 they were given temporary status in TICA. In the same year, a standard was drawn up and adopted. The new breed was registered only in 2003. Chausie, description of the breed. These cats cannot be confused with any other. Representatives of this breed are most common in Asia, the Middle East and the States. In some countries they are called chaus. You can find them under the name swamp cat. The Chausie cat is a fairly large animal. The height at the withers is 40 to 50 centimeters, the body weight of an adult is 10 to 15 kilograms. Animals have well-developed muscles. There is a mild sexual dimorphism. Females are more graceful and small. Distinctive features of the breed. Head and skull. Cats have a wedge-shaped head. Its eyes seem small in relation to the size of the body. The head is quite graceful, angularity and sharp lines are absent. The forehead is fairly wide and flat. High on the head, almost at the crown of the head, there are large wide-set, very wide ears at the base. They are triangular in shape. The ears are pointed upwards, and there are small brushes at the tips. Animals with pussies on their ears are very highly valued, but if they are not there, this is not a deviation from the standard and not a defect. Muzzle. The muzzle is neat, with smooth features. The nose and chin are fairly straight. The transition line from the forehead to the nose is quite sharp and clearly visible. The bridge of the nose in females is narrower and less noticeable than in males. Jaws. Animals have quite developed, powerful and strong jaws. They form a scissor or straight bite. The torso. Animals have a massive and very long neck. Dense, strong build with well-developed muscles. They have a fairly wide chest and a narrow shoulder line. The bottom line is tucked up and gives the impression of slimness and grace. The back is straight and even. Tail. The Chausie has a straight, long and very graceful tail. Its length is almost equal to the length of the animal's body. It is mobile, without creases. Extremities. Cats have very long, graceful limbs. With their help, animals can easily climb to the highest surface. The toes are not close to each other. Popular Chausie colors. One of the distinctive features of this breed is its coat and color. The coat is short with very dense and tightly fitting villi. Because of this feature, it seems that the cats are plush. The coat shines, shimmers in the sun. Representatives of this breed have a well-developed undercoat. The outer coat is unevenly colored in 2 or more areas of the body. The standard spelled out 3 main varieties of color of cats of this breed, the black. The cats are painted almost completely in this color. There are practically no marks on the body, ticked black tabby. The hair is dyed in several colors. The undercoat is reddish golden. On the inner surface of the limbs and tail. The chin and eye rims are lighter in color, silver black. There are 2 to 3 stripes on the guard hair. Most often they are colored silver or black. The brightly colored point tabbies are considered a departure from the standard. In addition to the above 3 colors, there are other color options, but they are less in demand. Individuals painted in other colors are not allowed to mate. Sometimes cats can be brindle or leopard. This is not considered a defect or non-compliance with the standard. The character and habits of the Chausie. It may seem that a direct relationship with wild cats will add aggression and uncontrollability. However, cats of this breed are very lively, sociable and cheerful. Pets always reciprocate the caresses and hugs of their owners. However, the Chausians are distinguished by their waywardness and independence. Cats are very attached to their owner. They very often demonstrate their love and devotion to the owner. Those who want to acquire this particular cat are advised to take into account the peculiarities of his character and respect his desire for independence. For those who want to acquire real, but homemade Chausie, it is recommended to choose a kitten in the 4th generation. It is they who have a more docile, gentle and domestic character. Pets tend to stock up in the most secluded corners. Often during cleaning, the owners find such caches in various parts of their home. It doesn't have to be food, it can be any item the cats like. This habit explains the desire to take care of themselves, which is characteristic of wild cats. Interesting fact, many breeders of this breed note that cats have real telepathic abilities. They seem to be able to predict the actions and wishes of the owner. Chausie are very intelligent and quick-witted animals. They are endowed with amazing quick wits and developed intelligence. Another feature of the breed is its incredible activity. It is difficult to find them sitting in one position. It is best if cats are kept in sufficient space to jump and climb for as long as nature requires. If pets are left alone for a long time, it is best to provide them with enough toys. Surprisingly, unlike most cats, Chausie are very fond of water procedures and take a bath with pleasure. Representatives of this breed do not like to be alone. They get along easily and quickly find a common language with other pets. Children can also make friends with animals pretty quickly. Interesting facts about Chausie. The Chausie cat breed is very unusual and interests many animal lovers. Let's find out the most interesting facts about these cats. Many males are already born sterile and unable to bear offspring. Unlike most cats, Chausie are very fond of taking water treatments. This breed can be easily walked on a leash. They calmly perceive this method quite calmly. Despite the fact that Chausie easily and quickly finds a common language with other pets, they should not be kept together with rodents and birds. The hunting instinct will prevail sooner or later. One of the favorite activities of Chausie cats is steeplechase and rock climbing. Some representatives of this breed have tassels on the ears and the tip of the tail. They must be necessarily small and always only black. Cats of this breed have a very specific appearance. Their feature is an extraordinary color scheme. They are not typical of the usual, standard colors. The usual gray, red and white are absent in the breed standard. Chausie's second name is Little Cougar. Outwardly, cats really resemble these amazing animals. The peculiarity of cats is that they almost never release their claws during the game, so it is practically impossible to get injured or scratched. Undemanding to the conditions of keeping, which came from wild ancestors, makes them a very tempting and in-demand breed. It is believed the Chausie have psychic abilities and can guess the desires of their master. Pros and cons of Chausie. Any breed has certain advantages and disadvantages. Before you get an animal, you should thoroughly study all its features. Chausie breed advantages. Representatives of this breed are intended for true connoisseurs of animal beauty. He gets along and quickly finds a common language with other pets, loves children and does not show aggression towards them. During the game, he will never injure the owner or scratch him, differs in incredible, exotic, and unforgettable appearance, has good health and strong immunity, very sociable, funny and mischievous cat. She loves outdoor games and fun, doesn't require much attention. Disadvantages of the Chausie breed. A very expensive breed that not everyone can afford, quite rare. Requires a lot of space. Cats often become sterile, unable to reproduce. It is necessary to monitor the diet, as this is one of the weaknesses of the animal. They do not tolerate fatty meat and cereals, they only need filtered or boiled water. If cats are left alone for a long time, you can get spoiled furniture and interior items, as well as torn wallpaper and curtains. Animals are prone to obesity with improper diet and lack of physical activity. Pet care and maintenance is quite expensive. Chausie breeding. Chausie breeding is a very difficult and time-consuming task. It is best to use the help of specialists. Chausie cats have an excellent set of genes. However, despite this, they very often become infertile. Male individuals are most susceptible to this. Most of them after the first offspring cannot participate in mating. Individuals of the female sex retain the ability to reproduce for a longer time. When crossing Chausie cats, it is very important to find the right partner. Wild or ticked Abyssinian breeds may be a suitable option. Only in this case can you get a purebred Chausie kitten. If the partners liked each other and crossing occurred, then after 60 to 70 days from 2 to 5 kittens will appear. It is recommended to purchase kittens or look for a suitable batch for mating in well-known nurseries. So there is a guarantee that the cat will be really thoroughbred, perhaps even with a pedigree. Interesting fact, at the age of 3 months, kittens adapt easier and faster to new conditions of keeping, are accustomed to the tray, and they have a diet. During pregnancy, cats do not require any special care, except for a more careful formulation of the diet and the addition of vitamins and minerals. Chausie care. Chausie is one of the youngest and most expensive breeds in the world. Not everyone today has the opportunity to have such a pet. First, not everyone can afford it. Secondly, the breed is insufficiently studied and there is no reliable data on the care and maintenance of the animal. Chausie is a very active and curious cat. She definitely needs to provide enough space and daily walks in the fresh air. If you have to walk your pet within the city limits and not on your own personal plot, then you need to purchase a leash. To organize your leisure time and preserve property and interior items, you must purchase a sufficient number of toys. It doesn't take much time and effort to take care of the animals. Chausie care activities. Every day you need to comb out the coat with a soft brush. Every day you need to clean your ears and teeth. From time to time it is necessary to arrange for the cat to play in the water. It is important to visit your veterinarian for examinations, nail trimming and getting the necessary vaccinations. Be sure to deworm the cat. Food must strictly comply with all criteria and standards. Periodically, if necessary, give the cat the opportunity to hunt. Be sure to purchase a scratching post for your pet. Chausie diet. Nutrition is one of the most difficult to maintain and care for animals. They have a very immodest appetite and a very sensitive digestive tract. When organizing food, it is worth considering that the digestive tract is not able to digest cereals. The problem is that they are included in most ready-made balanced feeds. The basis of the Chausie diet is meat. An important fact, of all types of meat, it is recommended to choose exclusively lean varieties. Chausie pork is strictly prohibited. As a source of protein, choose raw, fresh meat of lean varieties, beef, rabbit, turkey, quail. When organizing food, it is very important to observe the frequency of feeding. Animals under 6 months of age are fed twice a day. Older cats should be fed once a day. It is periodically recommended to arrange fasting days for pets. By nature, Chausie are wild cats, born hunters. In their natural habitat, their ancestors led a very active lifestyle, were constantly in motion. At home, cats move much less, therefore they are very prone to obesity. You can add a little cereal to the diet, cook porridge from oatmeal or rice. It is best if it is brown rice. It is imperative to give animals fermented milk products with a low percentage of fat. No more than 10% of the diet should be carbohydrates. Adding small amounts of vegetables or fruits to the diet is allowed. You can feed representatives of this breed with ready-made feed. These include holistic. This is the next generation of pet food. They are made on the basis of human food, meat, fish, fresh fruits and vegetables. The advantage of this type of feed is that it consists only of natural products without preservatives, food additives and fillers. Another advantage in favor of this feed is the optimal ratio of vitamins and minerals, as well as the absence of cereals. Be sure to provide your pet with fresh, clean water. It should be boiled or filtered. Diseases and health problems. By nature, cats are endowed with strong immunity and good health. They are not too susceptible to various pathologies. However, it is worth considering that, like all other animals, Chausie are susceptible to infection with helminthic infestations. The representatives of this breed have a rather weak digestive system and therefore they can get sick with improper diet. Fun fact, insufficient physical activity can lead to obesity. Therefore, it is very important to observe the regimen and frequency of food intake, as well as move enough. After bathing and water procedures, cats should be dried in a warm room without drafts, as they are prone to colds. Colds are manifested by discharge from the eyes, sneezing, lacrimation, lethargy, refusal to eat and drink. Everyone knows that Chausie have an excellent appetite. One has only to leave the cats alone with food, he will certainly eat plenty. The owner of these cats should understand how important it is to regularly visit the veterinarian and get all the necessary vaccinations. Be sure to comb out 6. Cats tend to lick themselves. If the wool is not combed out, then it enters the stomach. Indigestion develops. In severe cases, the animal may even die. It is recommended to visit a specialist every 1.5 to 2 years in order to remove tartar. If this is not done, there is a risk of developing gingivitis and tooth loss, inflammatory processes in the oral cavity. Chausie, price and how to buy correctly. Little cougar kittens are a real treasure. The cost of such an individual can range from $9,000 to $15,000, depending on the pedigree, color, age, etc. It is recommended to purchase kittens in special nurseries. The optimal age is 3 months. What to look for when buying a kitten? Appearance, compliance with standards. Be sure to study the breed standards before going in search of a purebred Chausie. Pay attention to the color. Purebred representatives of the breed cannot have white, gray and red in color. In the presence of small tassels at the tip of the tail and the tips of the ears, they are always painted black. It is unusual for the representatives of this breed to show aggression, even in relation to strangers. Be sure to read the documents. Chausie cats are simply hyperactive, they are literally constantly on the move. Animals can easily climb any, even the highest surface. Chausie is one of the most exotic breeds. Cats of this breed have an incredibly beautiful color and an unforgettable appearance. This pet is quite rare, but those who are lucky enough to become its owner will be able to appreciate all the delights of the breed. You will definitely not be bored with them.